6:49, another record-breaking jackpot is up for grabs tomorrow. The Powerball jackpot moved up to $478 million Wednesday night after there were no winners. That is the fifth largest Powerball prize of all time and number 8 on the biggest lottery prizes ever in the United States.
Hi again and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Kyle Bosch. 10 minutes before 7 o'clock, and we're starting our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. Breaking news this morning, a San Diego police officer has died and another remains in critical condition after a late-night shooting in that city.
Police do have one suspect in custody, but they say they are still looking for other people who may have been involved. At an early morning news conference, the police chief in San Diego said the officers were conducting a traffic stop when the shooting happened. In our election 2016 coverage now, Hillary Clinton is set to get right to work on the general election this morning. She and running mate Tim Kaine will campaign in Pennsylvania today, just a day after the conclusion of the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia.
Clinton made history on the final day of the convention, becoming the first woman to accept a major party nomination for president. She took to the stage to thunderous applause after being introduced by her daughter, Chelsea.
Tonight, we've reached a milestone in our nation's march toward a more perfect union. The first time that a major party has nominated a woman for president.
Clinton and Republican rival Donald Trump now have just about 100 days to persuade Americans to vote for them in November.
It's now 6:51. Time for weather and traffic on the ones, and we start with meteorologist Lisa Green, where I see a beautiful sunrise behind you.
That's right. It's gorgeous out there this morning. A great start to our Friday and to wind down the week. 59 degrees in Fargo. We've got a few clouds passing through, but it's a nice start to our morning with that sun on that eastern horizon. In Moorhead, we're at 57, and the air very calm this morning. Nice and still on those lakes. Now, looking at our radar, we got nothing to show you as far as rain is concerned. There are a few clouds working their way through the valley. 51 degrees in Grand Forks, 48 in Langdon, 61 in Jamestown, and down in Fergus Falls also at 61 degrees. And we have wind speeds that are, again, very light. One place in Grand Forks at 6 miles per hour and 3 miles per hour in Fergus Falls. The rest of the valley, at least the reporting sites, reporting no wind at all in the region. So looking very calm this morning. Temperatures throughout the morning hours rising into the 70s by lunchtime. We'll continue to have them rise back into the upper 70s to some low 80s today. And how much sunshine we get will really have a factor or an impact on just how warm our temperatures go. Yesterday, Fargo hit 81. Today, I think we have a good shot at seeing some more 80s. That's if we can keep this sun around for the day. The wind will stay light all day long. It'll start in the north if we do have any wind at all this morning, and then switch to a more southerly direction by the afternoon. And that's a sign that things are going to change a little bit as we move into the weekend. Here's a look at that forecast. So for Saturday, 83 degrees your high temperature. Into the afternoon hours, we may see some pop-up showers and thunder showers, the kind that develop with the heating of the day. So we'll see some of those for a few hours in the afternoon and evening, scattered. So not everybody gets hit, but the potential is that you could see some too. And then for Sunday, another system rolls in. This one could bring us a more organized round of showers and thunder showers. Humid too, back into the mid 80s, and we approach 90 as we move into next week. Let's check it now with Al for a traffic update.
Lisa, traffic is picking up out here on the Metro Interstate Loop right now. I'm just approaching the tri-level on off Interstate 29. North Dakota Highway Patrol has a pickup pulled over on southbound Interstate 29, pretty much parallel with the Highway Patrol office there on 38th Street. So make sure that you're looking out for that and give that patrol trooper a little bit of extra time to take care of the business that he's got to take care of out there. Northbound I-29 traffic is much busier than southbound I-29 traffic is at this hour, which is a reverse from what it was last time we were out here. We're just pulling over into Interstate 94 right now, and I-94 traffic looks fairly brisk, I think it's safe to say. We do have a stopped car on westbound Interstate 94, just west of the Red River Bridge. Make sure that you're looking out for that. Drive carefully today, and always, Al, on Valley Today traffic.
As police continue to look for clues in the theft of 2 rare pieces from the Roger Maris Museum in Fargo, they have apparently been able to rule out one possible lead. Mandan, North Dakota police have been investigating a case involving stolen security uniforms. but it does not appear connected to this week's burglary.
Investigators there tell Valley News Live they don't believe the missing uniform is the same one the thief was wearing in surveillance photos. You can see the differences in this photo up on your screen right now. The one on the left is the one that was stolen in Mandan, and it's much darker than the one on the right, which is surveillance photos from the theft. Now, the man on the right broke into the West Acres Mall early Tuesday morning and stole an MVP plaque and Rare Athlete of the Year belt. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Fargo Police.
The search is over for a man who was last seen struggling in the Red River in Grand Forks last week. Police say they have been contacted by a person claiming to be that swimmer. The person did not leave their name but provided details about the incident.
Investigators say they now consider the matter resolved. Police and rescue crews spent several hours searching the river for the man after some anglers spotted him struggling in the water and called 911.
Pope Francis today traveled to the former Nazi German death camp of Auschwitz for a somber visit at the site of suffering.
He's the third consecutive pontiff to make the pilgrimage to the place where Adolf Hitler's forces killed more than 1 million people, most of them Jews. Vatican and Polish church officials said that Pope Francis planned to express his sorrow in silence at the site, mourning the victims in quiet prayer and meditation. A North Dakota man accused of beating a woman and locking her in the basement of a home last month has pleaded not guilty to multiple charges. 30-year-old Ishmael Grant faces a felony charge of felonious restraint along with misdemeanor charges of simple assault and refusing to halt.
Prosecutors say Grant locked the woman in a basement in Minot for roughly 45 minutes after punching her several times. Grant will be back in court in October. A driver was seriously hurt when a car rear-ended a semi in Grant County, Minnesota. It happened just before 7 last night east of Elbow Lake at the intersections of Highway 24 and 79. The State Patrol says the driver of a car hit the back of a semi which had just turned onto the road and was accelerating. The State Patrol plans to release the name of the other driver later this morning.
A Detroit Lakes woman was hurt in a broadside crash just east of DL. The State Patrol says 47-year-old Carla Paul hit an SUV that had pulled out in front of her at the intersection of Highway 34 yesterday afternoon. The vehicle that pulled out was driven by 28-year-old Tyler Hildy of DL. It rolled in the crash, but he was not hurt. Backpacks are ready to be stuffed up with pencils, notebooks, and folders, all for students who need a little help to start the year with some brand new school supplies.
The Valley Today's Christy Larson joins us live from the Fargo Dome with more on how you can help students in need. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, volunteers are actually going to be organizing a lot of the stuff that's already been donated, but they're still taking donations because Christina Hine was telling me you guys are trying to make the goal of 5,300 backpacks. And who are they going to?
You know, an interesting fact about our school supply drive is people often think about those little kids, right? Those first, second graders that need those really cute supplies. But actually, though, the needs tell us that there are high school and middle school kids that are getting these supplies as well. About 25% evenly among those grade levels are reaching out to us needing the supplies. So we're going to be packing a lot of high school backpacks as well.
And I think that's something good to kind of remember is we need to think about all ages needing help and all different types of families too, because sometimes it might be your neighbor who might need just that extra hand and assistance.
Absolutely. You know, there's definitely a pride with people in this community. They don't want to ask for help, but they know that if they're able to get a backpack from United Way, maybe they'll able to do, you know, that calculator that they need or those jeans or those new shoes that all kids really do need and want. And so the fact that we're able to really share that burden of the school supplies for a lot of people in this community is important.
And you guys are going to be doing some backpack handing out come next Saturday. And of course, you can also go online and look up United Way Cast Clay to find out if you need some assistance, how to help, or even maybe just to donate some dollars online. And guys, I found my lunchbox too that I'm going to bring back to the Valley Today crew. I think this says Christy.
Very sparkly, very Christy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Christy Larson reporting live. Thank you.
Well, we are just 1 week away, almost hard to believe, from the start of the Summer Olympics in Rio. And of course, athletes are gearing up for the games and fans are getting ready to cheer on their favorites.
A former Bison track athlete is preparing to watch the Olympics as a fan this time around after competing in London in 2012. 33-year-old Amanda Smock holds 4 national triple jump titles and was 3 feet away from qualifying for this year's Olympic trials. She retired this past month from her track career and has moved on to a career in real estate. But she does want to remind kids that they should follow their dreams and they too can reach the Olympics. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 1 in 5 homeowners has one of these that doesn't work. and has no intention of fixing it.
The answer, a broken doorbell. Who needs that anyway? Just wakes you up when you're trying to take a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's what I was thinking. Well, you might not want to stay in and take a nap today. It looks like a pretty nice day to be outdoors. We've got some temperatures that are going to be in the upper 70s to low 80s for highs with partly cloudy skies. There may be a couple of spots in the south, the far south, and along the eastern part of our viewing area that do end up with a couple of sprinkles, but not terrible. This weekend will be into the mid 80s for a lot of places, and the humidity cranking up a bit with chances for some storms in the afternoons.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. We'll have more local news and weather for you right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great Friday and weekend, everybody. We will see you Monday morning.